All right, hey guys, welcome back. In this one, we got some pretty interesting news here on Gladiator stuff. We're going to look at a few different things. We got this to look at, we got this to look at, and we got this to talk about. So, what is going on? We are getting some information. It is possibly talking about the next gen Gladiator. And this is coming straight from Jeep. They are looking for information on the next gen Gladiator as far as like input on what fenders should be like, what motor you want in it, that kind of stuff. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today and dive into it. This is, and we just saw the Gladiator 2025, the Mojito color is coming out for the Gladiator now too. We already seen it. I showed it to you in dealership videos on the Wrangler, and now we're starting to see it hit dealerships. It should be coming for the Gladiator. I cannot wait to see a Mojito Gladiator. I love it on a Jeep. And you know what? I love color 41, and it's probably what I'd buy. But this one just really just screams to me. There's something about it. I like it a lot. I really like this color. But Gladiator is scheduled to end in 2027 or 2028. We know that because of the leaks that happened during the strikes that happened last year and all that information. There were documents leaked by Stellantis stating that the new Wrangler will be a J80 platform. That's what they're calling it instead of a JK, a JT, a JL, any of this stuff that they normally designate them at. It's now going to be called the J80 platform. And it's already in the works. They just don't tell us about it. But that's what the next one is going to be. But there was no information in that document of the Gladiator going beyond 27 or 28 when it ended, and there was nothing else happening for it. Well, we just found out that there is basically confirmation that it is coming, that there's something happening here. And it comes in the form of this video right here. And I highly recommend you watch it. Dirt Road Cred. These guys do amazing stuff, and they're like a Jeep go-to source. And it's his video, so I'm not playing it. But I highly recommend you go watch this video. It's not very long, but he gets into great detail. But you can see here, these are some of the questions that Jeep is reaching out to people to find out about for the next generation Gladiator. Do you prefer the design to have non-integrated fenders like today's Gladiator, or integrated fenders similar to the early Gladiator models? There's a few questions that they're asking. He puts it in here, and he actually wants you to go to his video, watch the video, and comment what your requests are. And they give you motor choices. Which would you like to see in it? And one of them happens to actually be a V8 too. So it's worth watching this video. He does an excellent job. I've talked about Dirt Road Cred on this channel before. They crush it when it comes to everything they do, and they do a great job. And this video is phenomenal, and it's telling us here that there's confirmation of sorts the next generation of Gladiator is kind of in the works. It's going to happen. Something is coming, and it's going to be a pretty vast improvement of some sorts. But sounds like it's going to be a total redesign because of the fact that they're asking questions like this: integrated fenders, non-integrated fenders. How do you want it to be? What front end do you like? There's a lot of questions he's going to explain to you in this video that is well worth it. What engine do you want in it, including a new new engine that would be pretty unique and pretty cool to see. You got to watch the video. Definitely got to watch the video. It's worth it. But the highlight I want to cover on is we are getting some sort of confirmation that there is another generation of Gladiator coming. So we're hopeful. Remember, the only reason that the Gladiator sales have tanked is not due to the Gladiator being bad or anything wrong with it. It is due to Tavares. He is the reason the Gladiator tanked. He ran it into the ground with the pricing. He took the pricing to levels that were unbelievable, unheard of, unacceptable, and he just literally he sunk this vehicle right down into the dirt price-wise, and people couldn't afford it. And they know better, and they want something different. So, huge miss on that part, but the Gladiator is one incredible vehicle. Obviously, I love it. In its form as it sits right now, it's bulletproof as can be, reliable as can be, every bug worked out, every tweak gone. This thing is phenomenal, and I'm anxious to see that they keep it going. In my opinion, the less they change, the better. I'd rather them just say, oh, look, we're going to extend the same exact one you got through 28, 29, 30, 31, 35, 56, 79, 20 or 2022, whatever they're going to do. I don't care. Just keep the thing going. That's what I want to see happen. My opinion as far as motor goes, realistically, honestly, even if you were to stuff a Hemi into this or stuff a V8 into this or you put a Hurricane into it, I'm personally going for the 3.6 Pentastar if it's still an option. People may think that's crazy, but you know what? I drive a lot of miles, and that Pentastar is proven rock solid. It's dirt cheap to work on, dirt cheap to replace, and with the gearing setup that you have in these things, and the the crawl ratio, the transfer case gear or final drive ratio, you can't beat one. There's nothing out there there's no situation you could ever get in where you need more power. There's just nothing. It passes fine on the road. It goes 85 down the highway with no issues. It does every single thing you could ever need it to do. I would not change motor. I would stay with the 3.6 myself personally. So, but like I said, teach your own, and they're going to bring out some new options, it looks like, but it sounds kind of like they're going to keep the heart of this the same. Both the original Gladiator was solid front axle, this Gladiator solid front axle, the Wrangler solid front axle, hopefully the J80 is too, hopefully this new Gladiator version is too. I hope Jeep sticks to their roots on this, and we'll see what happens. So we're pretty excited about that. Another video I want to highlight on here too, for those of you before you go saying, it's junk, it's garbage, it's such a piece of crap, they're not reliable. My favorite comments, favorite ones. Oh, you better get rid of it before it gets 60,000 miles on it or it's going to fall apart. Okay, we hear all this crap. Well, here's something for you guys. Okay, if you haven't followed Ozark Overland Adventures, you should go check them out. Okay, if you want to learn what's capable in a Gladiator or in a Jeep, and you want to see some of the most amazing country and some of the most amazing off-road footage you could ever see, you should go watch this guy. Okay, this Jeep Gladiator that he has basically been a submarine for 4 years. It's been through everything you can think of. And in reality, most of this thing is in stock form, other than a lift kit, some 38-inch tires, and some suspension. For the most part, it's basically stock. It's got 116,500 of the most grueling miles you could ever put a vehicle through. Period. Ever. I mean, you watch his stuff. It will blow your mind. It's right down here for you, Ozark Overland Adventures. It will literally change the way you think of what a vehicle can do when you see the stuff that he does with this thing. It's insane. And this is this vehicle's life every single day, inside and outside. This thing has been beat on levels that are unheard of. And again, it hasn't been modified too much. It's still basically a stock Gladiator with a lift, with tires, 513 gears, and really, that's it. I mean, for the most part, other than the overlanding gear that's on it. But think about that even. This thing probably has 3,000 pounds of extra weight on this thing and everything that's in there and all the stuff that he carries for his overlanding. And he beats the crap out of this thing. And he's got 116,500 miles on it, and he's had almost no trouble whatsoever with this actual truck. None whatsoever. Now, finally, he's starting to get to a point where when he does a lot of 4-low stuff and a lot of high resistance kind of things like that and really high RPM things, he's noticing that over time he's burning about a half a quart of oil. He's going to get it looked at to see what's going on. But 116,000 miles of the toughest terrain and most brutal life a vehicle could ever have. There's not a pickup truck made today. There's not a truck out there that can do what this thing can. But even if there was, there's not a truck today short of maybe a Ram Power Wagon or possibly a Super Duty 250 Tremor kind of thing. Other than those, and realistically, there's very few vehicles that could ever do or survive what this thing has been through. Okay, it's insane what this thing goes through and how well it does. So there you go, kind of pretty interesting, worth looking at. But you want to watch two great videos, go check this one out. He breaks down everything he's got done to this truck as far as mods, what's on it. And he also shows you, he goes through the life of this thing and what it's been through for 116,000 miles. It'll blow your mind, and it's still running like a top. And then again, definitely check out Dirt Road Cred. Like I said, fantastic stuff. But yes, then there is another Gladiator coming. That makes me very excited because I'm kind of trying to time out when I want to buy my next one. Do I want to buy one at the end of 2025? Then that would put me at 2027 when I buy my next one, which I think would be the last year it's available, which is what I'm thinking. So 2 more Gladiators. If I wait till 2026, then 2028, if that's not the last year and that's a new one, I don't want a first year or something. So I'm trying to work this stuff. So it's very important for me as somebody who loves this truck, not only because I love it, but because it's one of the only few that can do what I need it to do and get home at the end of the day. I'm not saying that other trucks are bad, but nothing is built as strong as a Gladiator is. It just is what it is. I'm not snapping axles. I'm not blowing CV axles. I'm not busting U-joints. Ball joints. I'm not breaking things. It just works every single time, and I love this truck. So I'm hoping that this is legit. And the reason Jeep is asking these questions is because we got the next one on the way. So put your comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking. Thanks for watching.